Hi Tarot Lovelies, it's Ethony. Welcome back to my channel. And it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's First Impressions Friday here. And this week we are going to be discovering the Ember and Aura second edition. So I do have the first. So let's open this first part up. I want to firstly apologize to Jamie. I received this deck back in February. I'm so far behind my unboxings. It's now later in the year and I'm really sorry it's taken me this long to get around to it, but we're going to be sharing the second edition. It's called the Awakening edition of the Ember and Aura Tarot. So I'm really excited to go through. I really liked this deck to begin with. So I'm really excited to see what changes that have been made. And we will switch over those cameras and go through the deck again. To the lovely Jamie, thank you so much for being so patient with me. 2020 has been a crazy year to say the least, but we are getting there. And so let's go and enjoy this deck together.
Okay, so now we're going to go through the Ember and Aura Tarot, the Awakening edition by Jamie Richardson, and we have a little note here. So I'm really looking forward to exploring that, and we have a 79th card that's added to this edition. And I think I said it before, but I just wanted to apologize to Jamie for taking so long to unbox this one. I am very behind in my unboxings just due to creative work that's going on. Really beautiful, sturdy box. Oh, she's gilded. So the first, the other edition is not gilded, but the backs were, the backs had this pink design all the way to the edge. I do really like the pink gilding. I love pink. It is really pretty. Look at that. Ooh, nice. So I can definitely tell that the cardstock has changed as well to a more matte finish. It's still not, it's a nice matte. So it feels very, very nice. Very similar to the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. And we have the guidebook here, so we'll go have a look at that after. Okay. So it is an oversized tarot in regards to it is quite big. I actually quite like that. I did like that in the first edition as well. Okay. I am not doing a comparison though. I'm just going to be going through this deck as is. The mid-full. I mentioned the first time I went through the Magician. I really love the minimalist watercolor style. The High Priestess, I think it's really beautiful. The Empress, I really like pastels and I really love watercolor. The Emperor, Hierophant. So I am a fan of this deck and I have used it for client readings, the Lovers. The Chariot. Love that big line and strength. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. It's so pretty. Justice. The Hanged One. Death. Temperance. The Devil. I like that you can't see a face there, that it's just shadow and those wings are like nailed to the wall behind there. It's quite powerful. The Tower. Star. The Moon. Sun. Judgment. The World. So we don't have the extra card. The extra card is actually after the rest of the deck, but I'm going to bring it out. So this is the Awakening card. This is the extra card that you get in this edition. I don't believe anything else has changed, but the cardstock has changed to the matte stock. The backs have changed with now the backs have a border. And there is now the gilding, which is that beautiful pink. And I believe this is the only edition now that you can get of this deck. So if you do purchase it, this is what you will be getting. And the Awakening card. So if you have watched the unboxing for the first edition of the Ember and Aura that I've done, then this is probably all going to be the same. It's a very easy, I can say now in a more of a review fashion, because I have used this deck quite a bit. It is a really easy deck to read with. It is an oversized deck, as I mentioned, so you will find that some people struggle to shuffle oversized decks. My Awakened Soul Oracle is probably still the biggest one that I own, next to some of the OE art decks that I have. So I don't mind shuffling and working with, so gorgeous, the sort of larger cards. But I know some people really struggle with it. Just got to kind of find a way to make the shuffling work for you. So the suit goes for the Court, the Sun, for the Pages, Diviner, for the Knights. Oh wait, Daughter for the Pages, Sun for the Knights, Diviner for the Queens, and Sage for the Kings. And they're not all, I mean, my Tarot Court, if any of you have read my book, I don't assign gender. It's archetypes, so works for me. As you can see, some cards are more on the minimal side and others have people in there. But most of them are more fully illustrated. It's not a pip deck per se. I like that one. And these portraits of the knights, which is interesting because they're usually in movement, in motion, right? So the vibe of the deck has really remained very similar. I'm not sure if the deck actually got bigger. I have the other edition right over there. I might just quickly check. Because there seems to be a border now, as you can see. I just want to see. I'm very, what is it? I'm a very curious soul. It's gorgeous, that one. Just want to check something real quick. I have a whole bunch of tarot decks. Okay, so this is the original Ember and Aura, and we can see here that the box is different, and the back is different. So this is the original. Just want to see how much smaller the... So that's interesting too. There's no guidebook in the original one. So I'm just going to pop this. There's no guidebook in the original deck, and as you can see, the colours are quite a bit more muted on the back, and this is a more shiny. Oh no, it always had the borders. Okay. But the colours have been, I don't know, changed a little bit. That happens also when you change your cardstock. That I know, and the font has changed as well to be easier to read. So I do know that from my own experience creating tarot decks, that it does change depending on the cardstock that you use, and the finish, the laminate, is going to change the color. So there is a little bit of a color difference. The font is different. There is a guidebook, and it is gilded. So it looks like this has kind of leveled up a little bit. Like, not that this one wasn't beautiful. Like I said, I've actually used it for client readings, so it's not as if I didn't love it. Has gotten a little bit of a 2.0 feeling. So I'm going to give it a quick shuffle. So with larger decks, that's how, the only way I can shuffle them is this way. They shuffle really well. I'm not, it's nice cardstock. I'm not a, I don't mind most cardstock. There are some really terrible cardstocks out there, but I'm not, it's not a make or break for me, because a lot of the time yes, I collect tarot decks, but I also use them, you know, like they're not meant to just go on a shelf and never be used again. So I tend to, it's okay if they get a bit of wear and tear, or in my case, a lot. So we have the 10 of Wands. I'm just going to quickly show you the guidebook. So we have a page for each card. So we have a description, upright keywords, and reverse keywords. Just going to quickly look. A little thumbnail of each of the cards. A little bit about the awakening. And about the deck. And then tarot is a spiritual tool. There you go. I have that, The Secret Life of Bees. I haven't read it yet, but someone gifted it to me. It's on my pile of books to read. So like I've said before, I really enjoy this deck. I've worked with it. I've used it for client readings. I find it is a more gentle deck that can really sit well with a lot of clients. So it is a real beauty. So thank you so much to Jamie for sending me the Ember and Aura Tarot, the Awakening edition. I will place in the description below where you can go and support the deck and get your own copy if you feel drawn to. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.